Hey, welcome to Sipper Social Club. I'm Jeremy, and tonight, the new release from Macallan, the 12-year-old 110 proof, one of the most hyped bottles of 2025. Will this put Macallan back on the map for the whiskey enthusiast? I'll let you know when I nose it, taste it, and give it a mark. Alright, of course, coming in at 55% ABV, with the majority of the seasoned sherry casks coming from Spain, with a small amount of seasoned American oak. We'll get to that in a second. First, let's see how this is on the nose. First thing I get is that Macallan characteristic. It's that citrus, orange, chocolate kind of note. Good amount of ginger on there, and then a lot of spice as well, like that cinnamon spice, allspice kind of combo going on with this. Definitely like some juicy raisin note. And I get this arrowroot cookie. That's what I'm talking about. Really nice kind of like baked goods, cookie kind of note on this. Really nice, complex, elegant at the same time, but also a little boldness in there as well. Almost get this kind of like fruit punch sweetness on here too. So really nice, balanced, sweet, spice, fruit. It's kind of all got it going on with the nose. We are off to a good start. Let's see how this is on the palate. That Macallan chocolate orange note definitely carries over to the palate, to the finish. Raspberry, blackberry jam note, really nice. Again, raisin, kind of like a grape jelly, and a lot of oaky, spicy notes on this. In fact, the spice note really does carry on to the finish quite a bit. It's a very good, very nice sherried Macallan. I think for me, although this is like very nice, and I commend Macallan for putting this out at a good price, and I'll get to that. Where I think this whiskey kind of is holding itself back a little bit from being in the comparison of like really good Macallans. Like, first of all, this kind of reminded me of like the Grand Reserve Macallans, which were like, I think, an Asian only market release. I was able to have a sample of the Grand Reserve 12. It was a long time ago. I kind of forget exactly how that would compare to this, but I remember really enjoying it. It was bottled at 45.8 or something percent, close to 46. But that Macallan is super rich on the finish. I think this kind of lacks a bit of richness, a bit of depth on the finish. It's weird because like the finish lasts long, but it is missing a little bit of like boldness to it. And I think the oak note, the spicy oak characteristic on this, I think is kind of the only negative I would put on this whiskey. It's got a big, spicy, woody kind of finish to it. But if you're looking for this to be the answer to, you know, the old Macallan cask strengths or the Grand Reserva, it's not touching that as far as I'm concerned. What it does beat out, it beats out all those classic cuts. I would take this over the classic cut, even the good 2017 classic cut. This one outshines it for sure. So real quick on the oak note. So if you take a look at the back of the box, there's a little diagram that shows how much European oak versus American oak is used. And if it is very much majority European oak, you still get a little bit percentage of American oak. Typically, when Macallan has used American oak, it doesn't quite match their distillate. I think that's why a lot of times, you know, the European oak sherry cask stuff gets a way higher score than the double cask, the triple cask. For whatever reason, it just seems like Macallan distillate works better with European Spanish oak. So I know the hype around this bottle is up there, and I would just say that it's almost where you want this bottle to be. It's not quite all the way there. You know, you want this thing to get kind of close to where those old cask strengths were, but those bottlings were just next level Macallan. But hey, you gotta give Macallan credit where it's due. They came out with a higher ABV, age-stated, sherry-matured whiskey at a pretty decent price. Now, I paid $125 US for this. Shout out to my brother who muled this back from Florida for me. I saw this available at Total Wine in the US. I immediately purchased it without even asking him if he could bring it back, and he did because he's such a great guy. As far as I know, right now, this is a US only release. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it in other places. Score-wise for me, I'm going 87.5 out of 100. So just shy of that 88 threshold where I would recommend buying this bottle completely blind. Now, I think if you are a Macallan fan, definitely go ahead and get this because it is going to outshine probably every Macallan you've tried in the last little while. But as far as high ABV 12-year-old sherry whiskeys are concerned, I think there's still some out there that I would take over this, and hence the score. Let's talk about value. Like I said, 125 USD. Honestly, that translates to about 170 Canadian dollars for me. For 170 Canadian, I can buy whiskey that I like more than this. Gotta take a half point off, bring it down to 87 out of 100. Of course, by Macallan standards, this is a good price. I've seen people say that they've seen this bottle for 100 US dollars. I think for that price, definitely no-brainer, get it. For 125, I think you have to be a Macallan fan to justify that. I hope that Macallan discontinues the classic cut range and just produces this. And I hope they expand it to more markets because I would definitely purchase this bottle again. If it came up for that $100 US mark, I would 100% buy this. Because that Macallan profile, I mean, you know, kind of got into whiskey, really enjoying that. Haven't seen it for a very long time. Glad that it's back and would like more of it. You know, some people are saying this is in a response to Macallan sales kind of plateauing. I think with the price point, not surprising whatsoever when you have the 18-year-old. Used to get for about 200 USD, which I thought was a great buy. Now you're looking at double that price. Some markets, it's triple. And you've got every single YouTube commentator saying that Macallan is the most overpriced whiskey that you can possibly buy right now. So I commend Macallan for doing this. Let me know in the comments down below if you tried this one. What's your opinion on it? Is Macallan back? Love to hear the comments. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Cheers.